Well, cluster F of a trial. It looks like Perez Hilton has scored a victory against Blake Lively. Perez Hilton was all smiles leaving the Nevada courtroom on Tuesday as he fought back against Blake Lively's legal team in their ongoing legal saga. Now, Hilton, born Mario Lavandria, became the focus of a heated dispute over whether he should be forced to hand over his sources and unpublished material tied to Lively's lawsuit against her It Ends With Us co-star Jason Baldoni. Now, ahead of Tuesday's court battle, Perez Hilton made it clear that he had no intention of backing down, framing the battle as a matter of protecting his journalistic integrity. So, what happened inside the courtroom on Tuesday? Well, he dressed in that. Actually, I don't hate that suit jacket. I would never wear it, but I don't hate it. I hate it for me. I don't hate it for him. In court Tuesday, Perez Hilton put his faith into Nevada's journalistic shield laws, which are meant to safeguard reporters from being forced to reveal sources or unpublished materials. He has continued to maintain that his media coverage of Lively was based solely on his personal opinions about the case against Baldoni and not any part of a coordinated smear campaign. Now, Lively's legal team countered that Hilton shouldn't be afforded the same protections as traditional journalists, as they claimed it is well known that he is a gossip star, not a newspaper. This isn't just about me, he previously told The Blast about the subpoena. It could potentially impact journalists all over the country, especially as more leave traditional media and go digital only. Now, the stakes were high in Tuesday's hearing, and The Blast was there as the drama played out. As reported earlier today, following the 45-minute delay, the judge unexpectedly cleared the courtroom to conduct a private review of a privileged paper. Left inside were only Perez Hilton and the judge. After nearly an hour behind closed doors, Perez Hilton exited the courtroom and addressed the media, framing the outcome as a personal victory, even if the process is far from over. If Blake Lively wants to continue this awful subpoena requesting my privileged and protected information of me and you, it's going to be a very long process, Hilton said. That's basically what the judge said today. It's not something that's going to be quick. Now, Hilton explained that while Lively's attorneys argued for a speedy resolution, the judge set in motion a far more complicated process. I view that as a win because our lawyer said in court today, we want this resolved quickly, and I wanted that as well until I found out I can have her pay for all the work it would take to compile a detailed privilege log, which is what the judge is requesting as this first step. Now, he went on to explain how complicated the process will be. He noted that before even reaching the first official step, the judge ordered him to gather quotes from 3 forensic experts and a paralegal by Monday. The judge will then assess the fairness of those estimates and force Blake Lively to pay for them if she wants this privileged log. Hilton added, and even just that is not going to be quick. The estimate by Monday, then compiling the privilege log, might take weeks or months. Now, despite admitting that the ordeal has worn him down, Perez Hilton made it clear he's not backing away from the legal battle. I want to be done with this, he admitted, saying he's tired of the constant back and forth. Still, Hilton insisted that he's willing to press on for a bigger cause. I'm willing to keep fighting and to keep the process going because that's what's right for journalists to do. He added he refuses to be intimidated by this woman and her husband using their money to get things they know they're not entitled for. For Hilton, the case has become less about a personal inconvenience and more about setting precedent for the press during a digital age. So this is very interesting, and I do wonder how protections are going to continue to have to evolve now that more people are becoming independent journalists or independent content creators. Where do those journalistic, legal protections end? Can anyone be a journalist? Do you have to go to school to be a journalist? What is it that we are going to now have to sort of figure out in our statutes how they apply to digital media? Now, the Blake Lively drama first erupted last December when the actress sued Baldoni for $250 million, accusing him of inappropriate on-set behavior during the filming of It Ends With Us. Now, Baldoni countersued with $400 million countersuit and defamation claim. But in June 2025, a federal judge in New York dismissed his countersuit. Both sides have denied the allegation, and Lively's $250 million case remains on track for trial in March of 2026. So that is a Baldoni sort of update for you guys. I know I haven't been deeply involved in this case, but it is one that when new things come out, and I do think that the interesting definition we are going to have to make between what is a digital, is there any difference between a citizen journalist and, a classic journalist, and where those protections kind of extend is a very interesting, nerdy thing that I admit I geek out on. So there you go. I'm not exactly the most trendy person, but it is interesting. Ooh, very good point. I need to get that blazer now. Well, in a story that I think is definitely going to bring up a lot of legal questions, though it is incredibly difficult to discuss, I do think we are going to see more legal issues